My friends, this is a great time to become a channel member. Every week now I'm posting uncensored videos exclusively for my channel members, along with custom emojis and live streams for members at the Arch-Villain level where you get to talk to me directly. Please consider supporting this channel by clicking the link in the video description and joining us in our fight to save pop culture. And also, check out our Patreon and Subscribe-Star pages for exclusive content you won't find anywhere else, including Harvey Cthulhu's insane podcasts, photos of my vast toy collection, and members at the Legionnaire level receive a signed photo, membership card, and certificate signed by me. You'll find the Patreon link in the video description as well. Thanks for watching, my friends, and now on to the video. Folks, I hardly know where to begin. For months now, I've been receiving reports from one of my oldest spies about the enormous amount of chaos, anger, and tumult behind the scenes at Paramount in association with the Skydance merger, particularly around the subject of Alex Kurtzman and a beleaguered Star Trek franchise. So why haven't I been posting any videos about it? Because contrary to what a lot of liars say about me, I do not clickbait any old BS. I like to have at least some feeling that what I'm putting out has a solid chance of being accurate to the best of my ability, and I have to say, over the past few months, the situation at Paramount vis-a-vis Kurtzman has just been moving too quickly to pin down. I mean, it has been incredibly chaotic, to the point where if I had put out a video, by the time it reached your eyes, it would have been obsolete or invalidated by a coup on the other side. Things have just been too damn volatile over there to pin down long enough to make a video, and so I decided to sit and watch and wait. Well, my friends, the wait is over. Evidently things have come to a head and shit has hit the fan at warp speed. I have so much of this rumored madness to report, it blows my mind, so I'm going to dispense with any more preamble and just get right down to it. At this point, I must state that what I'm about to share with you is information presented to me by a longtime source with ties to individuals claiming knowledge of the situation at Paramount, Skydance, and Secret Hideout. But since I cannot personally confirm any of this, I am presenting it as unverified rumor, and I ask you to please take it with a grain of salt. A lot of salt, folks, because as I said, this situation is incredibly fluid.
Son of a bitch! I guess this is gonna be big, eh? Yes, if I had a heart it would be pounding. Is Kurtzman gone, Doomcock? Is the long national nightmare over?
Alright, well, first of all, let me fill you in on some of the madness and chaos that has led up to this moment, so you'll be able to evaluate the question of Schrodinger's producer for yourself, because I am informed by my source that yes, there are indeed strange rumblings that suggest something huge is going down as we speak, and yes, Kurtzman may be gone or in the process of leaving, either being forced out or, incredibly, leaving under his own initiative. This is an extremely complicated story, folks, all of which I must stress is rumor, but I'll try my best to simplify it, with apologies if in my simplification I get something wrong or mangled. So, as you know, Skydance is merging with Paramount. This was something, I am told, that Paramount really needed in order to rescue itself from some very difficult financial straits. So Skydance comes to the rescue, but with certain conditions, one of which was cost-cutting. To that end, in August, they began laying off 15% of the Paramount global workforce, thousands of employees at that time, with a second round of layoffs happening just a couple of days ago, with a projected savings of $500 million in operating costs at the end. Well, around the time of the current round of layoffs a few days ago, a report appeared on an obscure website no one ever heard of, announcing that Alex Kurtzman had been fired from Paramount. The first I heard of this website was when I saw it screen capped on Midnight's Edge After Dark. That's how obscure it is. God knows how Andre found out about it. He must be psychic or something. But as I watched this short segment reporting that Kurtzman had been fired, Tom Connors Jr. concluded, as I did, it was incredibly sketchy and sus. He also subsequently announced he could find no other confirmation on the matter, and neither could I, possibly until now. Now, as for myself and my source, as I told you, there's been so much chaos and shit hitting the fan at Paramount lately, it's been impossible to nail anything down because it wouldn't stand still long enough for me to do a video with any confidence at all. Through all of it, however, I had heard that Kurtzman was mightily pissing off Skydance. Not only pissing them off, but actually infuriating two Skydance executives so much they either came to blows over the matter or had to be restrained from fighting because of what they learned of Kurtzman's activities and, in particular, the horrors of Kurtzman's contract.
Holy shit! You got some details about Kurtzman's contract? The half-mythical, cursed contract that doomed Star Trek?
Rumored, Harvey. Just rumored. Ah, man, this is going to be hard to get through. There's just so much info. Okay, deep breath, Doomcock. So, remember when I said the savings from all of these thousands of people being laid off was an estimated $500 million? Well, the thing that sticks in Skydance's craw is, if we're laying off all these people, what the hell are you doing giving more money to Kurtzman for more of this crap Trek? Well, back on September 12th, I received this update from my source. Quote, "The hammer is coming down soon, sounds like. Skydance is throwing its toys over the mismanagement and renewals of Kurtzman and are threatening to blow up the NDA. We're talking fistfights and words such as F the NDA. Arbitration is clearly not going well," unquote. And the arbitration apparently is over Star Trek Academy and perhaps Star Trek Legacy. Kurtzman evidently needs to have something in production shooting by the time his contract comes up for renewal, so he's been pushing hard for Academy. Skydance evidently wanted him to do Star Trek Legacy, an idea I hate, incidentally, but Kurtzman also hates the idea because it has the stench of Metalis on it, and he has dug his heels in. So everyone is very, very unhappy right now. But what prompted the reported F the NDA incident? Evidently, Skydance was not aware of how draconian Kurtzman's contract apparently was. I have a lot of rumored information about the alleged contract at this moment, folks, but I want to be careful here with the hard details. Suffice it to say, did you ever wonder why garbage new Trek shows kept getting renewed? It's because allegedly it would have cost Paramount more to cancel the shows than it would to fund them, given certain penalties. I have some alleged amounts here, but I think it prudent at this time to simply reveal that allegedly canceling a Kurtzman Trek gets Paramount a huge penalty, and I'm talking huge here, but canceling Kurtzman's contract outright, buying him out, we're talking something in the general neighborhood of the budget for a major Marvel Cinematic Universe movie that has gone over budget, although less than the $400 million the failed Concorde game is revealed to have cost. That is the rumor.
Holy shit on a red-hot poker! Seriously? That would explain everything right there. Paramount simply couldn't bear to make such a financial outlay easier each time to just keep renewing. But how could such a contract come into being? Were they insane?
This wasn't insanity, Skull of Calderon. It was an act of revenge, from what I'm told. My source told me in regards to Academy, quote, "Now Skydance is not happy and don't want Academy, and that isn't shooting yet, which means Kurtzman's clearly still arbitrating. Skydance is going through his contract and are super effing pissed. They will let the contract lapse. The real issue here is the penalties. This was Moonves' poison pill, his FU on the way out the door," unquote. From what I hear, Moonves knew his days were numbered. He was getting Me Too'd pretty soon, and he hated Star Trek. He always did hate Star Trek. This was his middle finger to Paramount, and if his aim was to kill Star Trek and screw Paramount, well, mission accomplished. My source adds, quote, "But right now it appears Kurtzman's hit a wall. No one is interested in buying Academy and Paramount is not able to pay for it," unquote. Folks, There's a lot more here, a whole lot more, and I may release more in subsequent videos, but now that you understand a little of just how crazy-ass volatile things are rumored to be at Paramount, how furious Skydance is rumored to be, and how frustrated Kurtzman is rumored to be, and the reasons he desperately wants Star Trek Academy in production ASAP, let's get to the question, is Kurtzman out? Here's what I've been told. Early this morning, I received a message from my longtime source, quote, "The reason I haven't sent you anything in the last few days is Kurtzman may be out. We don't know yet. There's a lot happening at the moment, but we don't know yet. We might know by the end of tomorrow," unquote. My source then sent me a screen cap of a conversation with an inside source of theirs that reads, quote, "Employees know about the Kurtzman walked or was fired rumor, and not one word all day to confirm or deny. But they got a reminder, anyone caught talking about Secret Hideout, Kurtzman, or Star Trek inside company or to a third party would be instantly fired. No discussion or speculation was allowed. This is weird, but I'm starting to suspect hardcore arbitration, and he is not getting Academy and might rage quit. But I bet he still demands fee for them breaking contract. He thinks Skydance is going to win this argument. He makes legacy or he is gone, but no evidence, but cannot effing imagine why no counter PR, if not smoke, where is fire? And behind scenes is a lot going on, unquote. And now, here's a specific update from another source about the article on the obscure sports website a few days ago. Quote, "The Express Press article is fake. However, it's triggered some momentum apparently. Arbitration with Kurtzman has not been going well. They have been in arbitration for weeks. I know Skydance don't know what's happening with this, but he may have rage quit is something I have heard," unquote.
Strange things are afoot at the Circle Alex K.
And there's more Harvey Cthulhu, a lot more. I have perhaps 3 or 4 videos worth of information here, but the most pressing issue is Kurtzman on his way out? Right now, despite that article being fake, it appears to be in the probability cloud, but the waveform has not yet been directly observed and collapsed. In other words, he's Schrodinger's producer. The fact there are no denials out there, now that this rumor is surfacing, suggests there may be something to this. But all signs point to the theory that now that money is so tight, Paramount has had to lay off 15% of its workforce, Skydance and Paramount aren't able to screw around making this Star Trek stuff anymore. I have learned that Kurtzman is extremely skilled in using his contract to get his way. So, he may very, very well wiggle out of this again. But it's never been under circumstances like this, with Paramount and Skydance being in such financial straits. This is a big deal, folks. It is so chaotic, I don't know what else to say. More on this story later as it resolves. From the center of the earth, this is Dictor Van Doomcock bidding you all, my friends, stay angry.
Ha 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 ha.